So when you go to apply your glitter to your tumbler, what's better, Brite Tone or glitter glue? It really depends on who you ask. My name is Allison, and I have been using CrystaLac on my tumblers for almost 2.5 years, and I have helped thousands of people just like you learn the process and just find joy in creating their pieces of art. And today I want to specifically talk about applying glitter. When you use CrystaLac on your tumblers, you basically have two choices to get your glitter to stick to your tumbler. You can use Brite Tone or you can use glitter glue. Both of these products come from the CrystaLac Company and both work really well, and you need both of them for the tumbler process. So you will already have both of them because you need both of them. You just have to decide which one you're going to use to put on your glitter. Let me break down how to use them and the first few steps of the tumbler making process, and then let's talk about which one is better. So regardless of what method you choose, you're going to start by prepping your tumbler and giving it a base coat. I prepped mine by sanding, and here I am mixing some of the blue CrystaLac pigment in with my universal white to create a light blue base. I never really measure, but if you feel better measuring so you can do it again, feel free. I'm using the new CrystaLac brush to brush on this paint. The lighter colors tend to need a few coats, so just make sure that you let each coat dry for 4 hours before you do another. I think I did 2 coats of this light blue before I added my glitter. But if you find that you want 3 coats, no worries. It's okay if you need a second or third coat. Just make sure you get good coverage before you add your glitter. So in this first example, I'm going to show you how to apply with Brite Tone. I personally like to use a brush, and I like to hold my tumbler. You'll see some people use their finger, and you'll see some people do it while their cup is spinning. Either way is fine. You just have to figure out what you like best. So I would try it a few different ways until you decide what works well for you. So I brush on my Brite Tone, and then I sprinkle on my glitter. This is Ice Blue from Glitzy Kreations, and I have a coupon code underneath this video. I highly recommend. It is absolutely stunning over this light blue base. So once you brush on your Brite Tone, all you're going to do is sprinkle on that glitter so you have full coverage. And if you're finding that your coverage is not great, try either using a little bit more Brite Tone or try to use your finger or use a brush, maybe spin or not spin. You can change up those methods to make sure that you get full coverage. Once I get this covered, I try to tap off any excess and I just let it hang to dry. You can put it on your cup spinner if you want, but you can just let it hang dry. Let me show you how to add glitter with the glitter glue. I like to squirt it right on, and you want to make sure you brush out all of the glue. You can see those thicker spots of white. If you can see any globs of glue or streaks of glue, you will see the streaks in your glitter. So you need to make sure that you brush it out completely flat. I like to use a brush that is dry to do this first step, but just keep going around and brushing it till it is all smoothed out. Now, it does dry pretty quick, so you can't spend too much time doing this, but if you're noticing that your glitter is a little splotchy after using it, then next time try to move a little bit faster. So once you get it brushed out completely and you're confident that you don't see any of those major brush strokes, you can sprinkle on your glitter. Again, I am holding my tumbler with my tumbler arm, but you can do this while your cup is spinning as well. I just find that holding it works best for me. I like having more control. This is glitter glue, so it just needs 2 hours to dry. The next step is to let your tumbler dry and give it a good dry brush. You want to make sure that you get off all of the excess glitter. And then both tumblers are going to get sealed with the glitter glue. I like to use a wet brush to make sure that I can brush it out nice and flat. Again, if you see streaks in your glue, you're going to see streaks later on. So a wet brush helps it spread a little bit better. So I will spread it around for it to get full coverage, and then I will spin this for 2 hours. And then I go through the process of flattening it with my parchment paper and building up my coats of Brite Tone. So one of these tumblers got glitter with glitter glue and the other one got glitter with Brite Tone. So here is one of those tumblers and here is the second. Now I'm curious, let me slow it down for you. Can you see a difference between tumbler 1 and tumbler 2? I've been making tumblers with CrystaLac for 2.5 years, so I have practiced and made hundreds and hundreds of tumblers with both Brite Tone and glitter glue. And it really comes down to the fact that you might find that Brite Tone is better for you or glitter glue is better for you. So it's really hard to say that one is better than the other. I'm gonna tell you some reasons why you might choose glitter glue and some reasons why you might choose Brite Tone. First, with the glitter glue, it's really, really sticky and it dries in 2 hours. So it does a really good job of getting the glitter to stick to it because it's so sticky, but it also is dry in 2 hours and you can move along in the process. So you can glitter your cup and seal your cup and get started with your coats of Brite Tone in less time because each layer of glitter glue only needs 2 hours to dry. Brite Tone, on the other hand, takes 4 hours to dry, but some people find that because you can put on the Brite Tone a little bit thicker and it self-levels, you can get a little bit better coverage. Again, that is really a personal preference, but if you were to make 2 tumblers, one with glitter glue and one with Brite Tone, it's gonna take you a little bit longer, just 2 hours if you use Brite Tone, because you do have to let it dry for 4 hours. But if you are struggling with either one of these methods, I want you to check out my Tumbler Maker Academy where you can get extra support from me. I have it linked underneath this video. And remember, you don't have to just pick one to use on all of your cups for the rest of time, right? You can switch between Brite Tone and glitter glue. It can depend on your mood. It can depend on your style. Like, it doesn't matter. Nobody's in your house telling you what you can and cannot do. So pick one. Sometimes I use glitter glue just because I need to move a little bit faster. Sometimes it's because it's closer and I can reach it easier than my Brite Tone. Like, you don't have to have any valid, real reason why you want to choose one or the other. You just have to pick one and you can always change your mind on the next cup. It really comes down to personal preference because look, I don't know, these both have the same base coat and glitter and both have gotten really shiny with Brite Tone. Like, can you even tell the difference? They look the exact same. I honestly, at this point, don't know which one is which anymore. One of the methods that I always use Brite Tone is for a Milky Way style tumbler. I'm gonna pull up a video on your screen so you can see a tutorial on how to make one on your own. I'll see you there.